The world is quiet right now, too quiet, before the chaos, before the noise, before anyone remembers your name. There is this moment, this breath, this stillness before the day decides what it wants to take from you. And in this silence, there is a truth most people run from. Mornings don't lie. They expose you, who you really are, which shows up before the sun does. Some people wake up searching for comfort. Some wake searching for excuses, but then there are a few who rise for war, the ones who open their eyes not to escape their nightmares, but to face them. I wasn't born strong. I wasn't born disciplined. I wasn't born fearless. No, I was built by the things that tried to destroy me. Every betrayal, every failure, every moment I felt like the world had ripped something out of me. I didn't grow from love. I grew from fire. People see the version of you that stands. They don't see the version of you that crawled. They see the smile, not the scars underneath it. They see the progress, not the nights you sat awake fighting with the pieces of yourself no one else cared to understand. And that's why the morning matters. Because it is the only time the world cannot interrupt you. It's the only moment where your pain, your dreams, your demons, and your future all collide at the same intersection. Every morning I ask myself one question: will I rise, or will I rot? I won't pretend rising is easy. It's not. Sometimes the weight on your chest feels heavier than gravity itself. Sometimes the memories of yesterday tell you that getting up is pointless. Sometimes the voice in your head whispers, stay down, because standing up didn't save you last time. But that's the thing about people like us. We don't stand because it's easy. We stand because we've stayed down long enough to understand what it costs. This world doesn't respect comfort. It respects control. And the first hour of your day is the throne you either claim or surrender. To win the morning, you must confront the weakest parts of yourself. The part that wants 5 more minutes. The part that says later. The part that has convinced you that your goals can wait but your emotions cannot. That version of you. It's not your friend. It is the enemy wearing your face. I speak from experience. For years, I was owned by my own habits, owned by fear, owned by laziness, owned by excuses I crafted so beautifully that even I believed them. I waited for motivation. I waited for the perfect moment. I waited for someone to save me from myself, but no one came. And that silence, that absence, that realization, is what forced me to rise. See, the morning is more than time. It's a mirror. It reflects everything you've been avoiding. Your discipline, your weakness, your lack of control, your hidden potential, and the choice that only you can make. Will you command the day, or will you bow to it? When I started waking early, people laughed. Why try so hard? Why struggle? Why wake up when no one is watching? They didn't understand that the point of rising early isn't to impress the world. It's to rebuild yourself before the world can break you again. In the quiet hours before sunrise, I learned things about myself I never could have seen in daylight. I learned that pain isn't a prison. It's a compass. It points you toward what you must confront. It reveals what you must stop avoiding. It shows you what you must rise above. I learned that discipline is not a cage. It is freedom disguised as effort. And every small act in the morning, the cold water, the first breath of the day, the first step out of bed, the first promise kept to yourself, each one chips away at the weak version of you. Some people meditate. Some pray. I listen, not to the world, but to the fire inside me, asking one question: how far are you willing to go to become who you were meant to be? Because if you want to win the day, you must claim it before it wakes. The world bows to the one who rises before it opens its eyes. People admire strength, but they rarely understand the loneliness that built it. When you rise early, you rise alone. No applauses, no validation, just you and the ghost of who you used to be. And every morning you choose which one walks with you. Your mornings shape the battlefield of your life. If you start with chaos, the day will drown you. If you start with purpose, the day will kneel. I've had days where life tore me apart. I've had mornings where getting out of bed felt like lifting a mountain, but I still rose. Not because I felt powerful, but because I refused to let weakness speak for me. That's what winning the morning really means. Not perfection, but ownership. Ownership of your habits, ownership of your thoughts, ownership of your life. You want to change your world, change your first hour. You want to defeat your fears, face them before anyone else wakes. You want to stop being who you were, stop giving your mornings away. There is a version of you waiting, a stronger one, a focused one, a disciplined one, a version built from pain, sharpened by struggle, and crowned with purpose. But that version can only meet you at dawn. So rise. Rise tired. Rise broken. Rise uncertain. Rise with doubt gnawing at your ribs. But rise anyway, because the world belongs to the ones who choose to stand when no one expects them to. Win the morning, and the day bows. Win the morning, and your past loses its grip. Win the morning, and your future begins to breathe. This is more than motivation. This is resurrection. A rebirth forged in silence. A quiet awakening that echoes louder than any storm you've survived. You don't need permission. You don't need approval. You don't need applause, you need action. You need purpose. You need to rise, so when the sun hesitates, when the world sleeps, when your doubts whisper, stand. Because each morning you conquer is a piece of the world you reclaim. Win the morning, win the day, win your life, before the world even knows you're awake.